But I don't know why they're having Barkley play him. Why don't they have one of the guards play him and let Barkley take Hodges or...
And the chess match continues as Phil Jackson sends in Ed Neely, the defensive substitution, replacing Craig Hodges.
Well, the reason that Anderson is in there right now, he's going to take Jordan.
41 points for Michael Jordan, 14 in this period, and it's a 106-99 Chicago lead with 1:45 remaining. Dawkins over to Anderson for 3. And Neely with the big rebound. Ed Neely with 8 rebounds. He doesn't look pretty, but boy, is he effective.
I'll tell you, he just knows where to be.
So Chicago looking to put itself in the driver's seat, has apparently at this point done so without Scottie Pippen. Jack Nee says it was touched by Philadelphia. John Paxson called for throwing an elbow, and that's his 5th personal foul. Still time for Philadelphia, trailing by 7. Blocking foul called on John Paxson, and he's out of the ball game, having picked up his 6th personal foul. So John Paxson leaves the game with 8 points.
I tell you right now, Phil Jackson has done one fabulous job of coming back, playing an important game without a key player, made great adjustments, put people in who had created speed matchup advantages. For instance, Grant in the low post in the early part of the game, and then Jordan at the late stages to force the Sixers to adjust. Barkley ending up with him, and Jordan scoring a key basket against Barkley. A terrific coaching job by Phil Jackson, and a lot of people thought perhaps this Philadelphia club had the wherewithal to go all the way, but they are missing Derek Smith.
Big loss,
been a big loss for him because he could play, he was a 2-position man also, like Anderson,
and he could at least defend Jordan adequately with his size and strength, as Dawkins looks to make his 2nd free throw, and he does, and it's a 5-point Chicago lead with 1:14 remaining. Craig Hodges along with B.J. Armstrong in the backcourt, and Ron Anderson fouling Horace Grant. And Grant, not a bad foul in that, statistically only 69% from the free throw line during the regular season.
But here comes Ed Neely again.
Grant 1 for 7 at the free throw line throughout this playoff series against Philadelphia. Two for 8 and a 6-point lead, so 2 3-pointers will tie it up. Anderson, Dawkins, Neely, number 9 on the rebound chart for Ed Neely. And Hawkins fouls Michael Jordan. So game 5 will be back in Chicago on Wednesday night. And Philadelphia hasn't had much success in Chicago. They've lost 6 of their last 8 games in Chicago as Michael Jordan takes a trip to the free throw line.
When you play a 7-game series, you really try to hold serve. So this is obviously a major accomplishment by Chicago. When you play the first 2 games on the other team's home court, you hope to come out of there with a 1 win, and that really puts you in a commanding situation. Right now, they're going back to their own home court, and they're up potentially 3-1 with only 41 seconds left to go, and that is tough to defeat.
Got a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
I don't know.
Chicago holding to an 8-point lead with 41 seconds remaining, and certainly a big game by Michael Jordan. Stacey King stepped up big, but Tommy, our Miller Lite player of the game, off the bench, Ed Neely 9 points and 9 rebounds. And Light Beer is proud to present a check for $1,000 on behalf of Ed Neely to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. And again, those are numbers with 41 seconds remaining. Fourth period field goal shooting, Chicago 63%. Philadelphia wilted down to 27%.
You know, people say, how can you give it to Ed Neely? Without Pippen being in the lineup today, he stepped up and just did an outstanding job of taking the emotion away from the Sixers by holding down Charles Barkley.
And that's to take nothing away from Stacey King, who started in place of Pippen and gave him 21 points on the afternoon. Percy Hawkins fouling Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan shooting 2.
I'm sure those checks that get printed up for the Light Player of the Game, whenever it was Chicago, probably had Michael Jordan's name on the press, so they'll have to scramble and find some new type.
It's going to be an awful difficult job for the Sixers now to revitalize themselves emotionally, as they kind of got beat at their own game. Hard fouls by the Bulls here in Philadelphia. That really took a lot away from Barkley's game.
As Michael Jordan tips the pass out of bounds with 13 seconds left on the shot clock, 19 and a half on the game clock. Michael Jordan, 45 points, 18 this period, along with 6 rebounds and 11 assists. Once again, a stellar game by Mr. E.T. himself. A fresh 24 as Barkley throws up the 3. And Jaminski, futile attempt. And that'll do it as Chicago moves out to a 3-1 lead in this Eastern Conference semifinal series between Chicago and Philadelphia. Chicago pulls it out 111-101. We'll be back in just a moment.
Keep them off the boards, and we came away with a big win.
You were successful. You used their tactics. They've been the guys that are banging today. You came in and did that. Why did you change the style today?
Well, we want to play that style all the time, because we know that we're a little weak, you know, in the middle sometimes, and people, when they take advantage of us, it's on the offensive boards, and you know, that's one thing we try to concentrate on every game. And the games that we don't play well, you see we don't rebound, and tonight we just did a great job.
Congratulations. Michael Jordan, without Scottie Pippen, would you have thought you guys could have won this game?
Well, I thought we could. I think we had to get some play from other players. I think and when you miss a key player like that, someone has to step in there and make up for the loss. And Ed Neely, Stacey King, BJ, all 3 of those guys stepped up and gave us some support.
You spoke and we spoke after the game on Friday night about the physical play and how you didn't like it. You were able to put that out of your mind today. How were you able to do that? Well,
you got to expect it to a certain extent. You got to play your game. You know they're going to try to play a physical game, but our game is not physical. We got our own identity as a team, and we go out and we try to do that each and every night. And we have to alter it to a certain extent, but we don't want to get out of our identity. And I don't even think about it. When I go into the middle, I know I'm going to get hit, and I got to get the shot off.
Okay, Michael, thank you very much. Congratulations. 45 points for Michael Jordan. They go back to Chicago up 3-1. James Brown?
And so for Tom Heinsohn and Jim Gray, I'm James Brown saying so long from the Spectrum, where our final score is Chicago 111, Philadelphia 101. Coming up next, the NBA playoffs continue here on CBS with the second half of our conference semifinal doubleheader. Some of you will see the New York Knicks hosting the Detroit Pistons, while others will see the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers.
CBS Sports coverage of the 1990 NBA playoffs has been sponsored by Plymouth and your local Plymouth dealers, who invite you to test drive a Plymouth today. Bugle Boy, in jeans and casual fashions, Bugle Boy's leading the charge. And by Miller High Life, buy that Manna Miller, the best comes shining through.
The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.